I will not sell my Iren shares no matter what.
Welcome back to the 5th episode of the 10k Portfolio Challenge. In the last episode, we talked about Iren being stuck in a bullish pennant and that it is stuck between the lows of around $33 and $37. And what we really want is to see a big breakout past the pennant of about 45 to 50 range with a big volume to be able to break out from the pennant. Thankfully, Iren gave us a very quick dip at the 30s and with the help of Trump very quickly flew up 70%. It also held the top of the pennant at the 45 to 50 range before breaking out with high volume to the upside. Unfortunately, on Friday we will push back down a little bit to the 50s, so let's hope it continues to hold this level. And I suspect next week Iren may announce the energization of Sweetwater 1, which is their flagship 1.4 GW facility, which will probably be a bullish catalyst as it will prove that there is no delay in the energization as confirmed previously by the co-CEO Daniel Roberts. Whether there is a deal or not, we can only hope, and on May 7 will be the earnings call. The market will probably be looking at the scaling of AI cloud revenue, whether ARR has climbed significantly above the 17 million reported in the previous quarter, and is it tracking nicely towards their goals. How much of the 6 billion ATM program has been tapped, and if they tap it, why are they tapping it? And also the Sweetwater 1 update. Any confirmation that the 1.4 GW substation is live and accepting load as of late April will be bullish news. And of course the main question on any Iren investor's mind, when due? Next, unfortunately, if you are talking about Iren, we will still have to look at the Bitcoin charts and pricing, because the fact is that the majority of the income still comes from Bitcoin mining, and unfortunately, the markets does correlate Bitcoin movement with Iren. But the good news is that the bearish thesis did not play out, and I do believe Bitcoin is in quite a good trend. It held the 66k level, which is the all-time high way back in 2021, and has proceeded to break out of the channel. The last time we saw this was in 2024, where Bitcoin broke out and surged 40% in 1 month. I've also never seen cryptocurrencies, especially Ondo and Chainlink, trading in such a tight wedge. And if you have watched the finance part of this channel for a while, you probably will know that I love wedges. Not the one that you get at your buttocks, but tight wedges that tell you to answer fast. But all these bullish theories and charts will only work if and only if Trump doesn't come up with a new stunt. I believe by now, everyone should be sick and tired of all the nonsense in the mainstream media whereby we practically get day-to-day updates that flips even faster than a switch. And we have no idea what the true story is behind the scenes. At the end of the day, the only thing I believe is the price action of Bitcoin, which will tell me what is going on behind the scenes. For now, Bitcoin is telling me that the market no longer cares about the war or that the war is somehow ending soon. And that being said, I do believe the American job market is weirdly and extremely strong. ADP private job report, which measures how many private jobs were added per week, came in strong for 2 weeks in a row, beating consensus estimates. Trump's approval rating also seems to have bottomed out. And interestingly, the main thing that Americans are still worried about is still inflation. Therefore, if the underlying economy is strong and the main thing that people are worried about is inflation, the one thing that can solve all of that is Trump solving the war that he started.
I signed a good deal with Iran.
With the markets being sick and tired of the war and the underlying economy sustained by real earnings of the AI semicon boom, and a market which seemingly cannot be kept down even with a war, what if the war ends? Trump announces that he has signed an incredible deal. And this brings us to oil. If Trump really announces a deal, oil would absolutely plunge. And if you think back to the main thing that Americans are worried about, what if oil plunges and the stock market is at all-time high? Will his approval ratings go up or down? I believe many things are lining up for euphoric, everyone is an expert era like what we saw in the late 2020 and early 2021, where everything and anything just seems to keep going up and up. Once your colleagues who don't invest and random auntie and uncle ask you how to invest, I believe that is when I'll be exiting.
Is looking at your goals and how much risk you're comfortable with.
And the last thing I want to say is that welcome to Trump's market, where perhaps the most pain is inflicted to people who are not in the markets, own assets or get left behind. So stay safe out there and I'll see you on the next one.